Trustees regular meeting Monday, June 4th, 2018 at 6:30 to order. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of meeting agenda.
Mr. Supervisor, we have 4 amendments to add to the bottom of this agenda.
All right.
Item J would be the bond renewal sent over from the county. Item K is a budget workshop schedule. Item L would be scheduling the public hearing for the budget. And item M is the August Board of Trustees meeting date.
Okay, I think I got them started. J again too. That was the
J is the bond renewal from the county.
bond renewal. Okay.
K is the budget workshop schedule. L is the setting the public hearing for the budget. And M is going to be rescheduling the August board meeting date.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other additions or deletions?
I will make a motion that we approve the agenda as amended.
A second.
Thank you. Motion by Treasurer Hanold, supported by Trustee Gurley. Any other questions, discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Approval of minutes 5/7/2018 and 5/14/2018.
I make a motion we approve the minutes as written on both of those dates of those meetings, 5/7 and 5/14/2018.
I second.
Motion by Trustee Clifford, supported by Trustee Gurley. Once again, any other questions, discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Number 5, public announcements. Any public announcements at this time? Mr. Clifford.
Ladies and gentlemen, those of you that attended the New Haven Memorial Day Parade, it went off really well, and I encourage anybody that wants to come out and participate next year, join the party. It's a nice ceremony at the cemetery. Supervisor Trombley spoke, President Dilbert, and so you've got a couple good singers this year. It really went well. Thank you for those that attended.
Thank you, Scott, for putting that on. That was a great event, as always. Thank you. Any other public announcements? Other public announcements. Number 6, public comment. Any public comments at this time? No public comments. Number 7, consent agenda. All items listed under this consent agenda are considered routine by the Township Board and will be enacted by one motion. According to established Township meeting rules, there will be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member or public so requests at or prior to the meeting, in which event the chair of the meeting may remove such items from the consent agenda for discussion and consideration under agenda item number 8 below. Approval of the consent agenda shall be made by a majority roll call vote of those present and voting.
Bills and orders for this consent agenda. We have a total of $139,614.03 in bills for approval, $157,141.02 in bills that were prepaid, for a grand total of $296,755.05.
Okay.
I make a motion we approve the treasurer's report as written.
Could you give the approval of the amount, please? Trustee Clifford?
Pardon?
The amount.
Oh, I'm sorry. I make a motion we approve the total bills for approval at $139,614.03 and the bills paid at $157,141.02 for a grand total of $296,755.05.
Thank you, sir.
I second.
Have by trustee Clifford, supported by trustee Gurley. Other questions? Roll call, please.
Arnold.
Aye.
Campbell.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Gurley. Aye. Trump.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you.
And further make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion by, sorry, 1 second here. Motion by Clerk Kendall, supported by trustee Clifford. Any discussion? Deputy Treasurer, roll call again, please.
Campbell.
Aye.
Arnold.
Aye.
Gurley. Aye. Clifford.
Aye.
Trump.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. There are no items removed from consent agenda. No unfinished business at this time. Number 9. Number 10, new business. Fire Department, Station 2 tile floor replacement. Chief Boucher, please.
Evening, everyone. I sent you a letter last week. This, and I'll bring it up, Scott, because you reminded me. This is the final item under the capital outlay of the current budget year that was budgeted for in the current 2018 budget. And it's a replacement of all the tile in 3 of the rooms at Station 2. That's all original, and the building was built in 1999. So I went to Richmond Interiors, met with the owner, and she sent out a sales rep and measuring person, and we agreed on a product, and it's very durable. It's got a 20-year lifespan, so it's going to serve us very well. So this time I would request any question, or take any questions and request formal approval so I can get this project moving forward.
I make a motion we approve the final capital outlay item in the fire department's budget for the current fiscal year.
A second.
I'm sorry, at the cost of $3,064.86. That'll be your last thing too, right, Ed? That's
Yes, sir.
Motion by trustee Clifford, supported by treasurer Arnold. Any other discussion, questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate it.
Letter B, First Amendment to Millstone Pond Water Finance Agreement. Mr. Safe?
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Millstone Pond came and requested an extension for their permit with the township, and that triggers the second phase of housing, building and development. And in looking at the financing agreement originally signed by the township and Millstone Pond, that triggers the next phase of the water extension requirements by the community. So we met with them several times. We involved the supervisor and the attorney, and also I believe Scott sat on a couple of meetings. There were a couple of issues that worked out, and the final version was executed by the new owner of Millstone Pond, and this would involve extension of the Lenox owned public water main, 16-inch along Frost Road to and out cross I-94. And that's what you see in front of you. We reviewed this document, all the parties involved, myself, Cam, and Steve, and we have no issues with the township executing that document.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for Mr. Safe?
Again, this is at no cost to the township, totally funded by the developer. That includes engineering, survey, and construction of the water main, and permits.
Thanks for your work on that, Sir Ned, and I'm sure Mr. Chapman, you looked at that too, you were part of that.
Yes, we've
Thank you.
been negotiating all the way through.
I make a motion that we accept and agree the First Amendment to the Millstone Pond Water Financing Agreement as presented this evening.
I second.
Motion by Clerk Candell, supported by Trustee Clifford. Any other question or discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Safe. Letter C, rezoning request, Michael J. DeMille. I don't know if you want all the parcels read. Vacant from agricultural, residential, medium density, residential, high density, commercial general, and industrial restricted. Attorney Jopp, would you want all the parcels read?
No, that's not necessary. They're stated on the agenda that's been made available.
As stated on the agenda. Mr. Casson, good evening, sir.
Good evening. This property is located on the east side of Gratiot between 27 and 28 Mile Road. It's currently zoned agriculture and community, commercial general. The request is to allow the front 600 feet of the property to parallel to Gratiot to be rezoned to commercial general, and the remainder to be rezoned to industrial restricted. The Planning Commission reviewed this matter a few weeks back and is recommending approval.
Thank you, sir.
Supervisor.
Yes, sir. Attorney Jopp.
With that said, if there is going to be a motion, it would be necessary in the motion to make sure to list the parcel numbers. I just want to make sure there's no confusion there.
And
Okay, I was part of the planning commission with Steve there that, yeah, all those were pretty much recommended, but
okay.
anyway, I make a motion, we accept or approve the rezoning request for Michael J. DeMille, parcel number 19-06-27-200-010, parcel number 19-06-27-426-002, and parcel number 19-06-26-100-003, and parcel number 19-06-26-300-001. Steve, we're going to have a long talk here.
Yes.
And parcel number 19-06-300-002, vacant from agricultural, residential, medium density, and residential high density to commercial, general, and industrial restricted. We have a motion, we approve it.
I'll second.
Motion by Trustee Clifford, supported by Treasurer Honnold. Any other discussion, questions? Deputy Treasurer, roll call, please.
Candell.
Aye.
Gurley. Connell.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Trump.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Letter D, rezoning request, Robert Maria Hamilton, 19-06-36-400-015, 5820 County Line, from community commercial to industrial restricted.
This parcel is located on the west side of County Line, just north of 26 Mile Road. The property is currently zoned commercial, community commercial. It's actually being used as a limousine service at the time, which is more appropriate as an industrial use. The applicant is requesting that the property be rezoned from community commercial to industrial restricted, which will allow them additional options on how to develop or utilize the property in the future. Planning Commission reviewed the matter and is recommending approval.
Thank you, sir.
I will make a motion that we approve the rezoning request for Robert and Maria Hamilton, parcel 19-06-36-400-015, 5820 County Line, from community commercial to industrial restricted, as approved by the Planning Commission.
I second.
Motion by Treasurer Honnold, supported by Trustee Gurley. Any other questions, discussion? I'm sorry. Clerk Kendall, I'm sorry. I apologize. Any other questions or discussion? Deputy Treasurer, roll call, please.
Gurley.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Connell.
Aye.
Candell.
Aye.
Trump.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Letter E, rezoning request, Brazil Farms LLC, 19-06-27-200-001, vacant from community commercial to industrial restricted. Mr. Casson, once again.
Yeah, okay. Just trying to keep them all in order. This property is located on the west side of Gratiot, south of 28 Mile Road. It is currently zoned community commercial. The request is to rezone the entire parcel to industrial restricted. They had indicated that they're desirous of opening opening up a lawn and tractor, farm and tractor business on the site. Their business is currently located on Gratiot, down in Chesterfield Township. The request met the intent of the master plan. The planning commission reviewed it and is recommending approval to the township board.
Thank you. Attorney General.
The only thing I'd mention with this one is that, while they do represent that they want to do a certain thing with the property, they still need to come in and get all necessary zoning, site plan, and so on and so forth approvals.
Yeah, we spoke with, Steve and I, we spoke with the planning commission meeting. I happen to know the Roseals, I'm directly related, but they were, they're moving their business obviously from 22 and Gratiot down here. The two owners are going to retire, leave it to the boys, and it's going to be right here at 22 and Gratiot, or 28 Gratiot area, if you, like Mr. Caston said. We did approve it at the planning commission level, and it's going to be a welcome addition to the township.
I will make the motion that we approve the rezoning request for Roselle Farms LLC, parcel number 1906-27-200-001, vacant from community commercial to industrial restricted, as approved by the Planning Commission.
Second.
Motion by Clerk Kendall, supported by Trustee Clifford. Any other discussion, questions? Deputy Treasurer, roll call once again, please.
Candell.
Aye.
Connell.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Gurley.
Aye.
Trombley.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Letter F, rezoning request. Diacono Enterprise LLC, portion of 19-06-12-276-010, vacant from commercial general to industrial restricted. Mr. Casson.
This property is located on the east side of Gratiot, just south of 31 Mile Road. The property is currently zoned commercial general and industrial restricted. The intent is for the front 160-foot depth parallel to Gratiot to remain zoned commercial general, and the remainder of the property will be rezoned to IR industrial restricted. It meets the intent of the master plan. The planning commission is recommending approval.
Thank you, sir. Great job.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Just the same comment for the record pertaining to this one. This rezoning request even includes some draft, what appear to be draft site plans. This isn't an approval of any of those site plans or any of the particular uses that are represented on it. It does represent some, what appear to be some medical marijuana type facilities potentially on this property. But this is purely a rezoning. Doesn't mean these site plans are acceptable in any way, shape, or form, or that the use is acceptable or any permits or licenses are issued.
Thank you, sir.
I make a motion, we approve the rezoning request for Diacono Enterprise LLC, a portion of 19-6-12-276-10, vacant from commercial general to industrial restricted.
A second.
Motion by Trustee Clifford, supported by Treasurer Arnold. Any other questions, discussion? Deputy Treasurer, please, roll call.
Gurley.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Connell.
Aye.
Candell.
Aye.
Trombley.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Letter G, replacement computer purchase proposal. Kendall?
As last year, we had High Tech come through and look at all of our computers, and at the time, they recommended that we had 10 that needed to be replaced because they were aging. Last year, we approved the replacement of 6 of them. At this point, I am asking the board to approve $3,492 to replace the remaining 4 computers.
That's your motion.
I make a motion, we approve the replacement computer purchase proposal presented by Clerk Candell for the amount of $3,492.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Clifford, supported by Trustee Gurley. Any other questions or discussion? Deputy Treasurer, roll call, please.
Clifford.
Aye.
Gurley.
Aye.
Candell.
Aye.
Connell. Aye. Trombley.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Letter H, BSNA Planning and Zoning Module Proposal.
have in front of you a proposal given to us by BS&A for their PZE implementation and training. That's planning, zoning, and engineering. It is actually an add-on to our building department program that would allow Mr. Casson to track ordinance enforcement and planning and zoning information. The cost to put this in motion is $4,285. The good news is there's no recurring fee with this because it's part of the building department module. So every year when we update the building department module, that will be included in there. So this is a one-time fee of $4,285.
And this is something Amy's going to be taking advantage of too.
Actually, it'll be something that actually automatically, everything flows over to the building department, so when she pulls it up, she can see what has been done from the planning commission side, or what has been done from code enforcement on anything that's in there.
So we're coming out of the dark ages, eh?
We're trying.
Okay.
I will make a motion that we approve the expenditure of $4,285 to implement the planning, zoning, and enforcement module for BS&A. This also includes training, by the way. So,
I second.
Motion by Clerk Kendall, supported by Trustee Clifford. Any other questions, discussion? Deputy Treasurer, roll call, please.
Connell. Aye. Clifford.
Aye.
Gurley. Aye. Kendall.
Aye.
Trombley.
Aye. Motion passes, thank you. That's really going to help us out. That's great. Letter I, proposed amendment to Planning Commission bylaws to modify meeting starting time.
I will make a motion that we approve the amendment to the Planning Commission bylaws that will state that the meetings start at 6:30? 7, okay, I'm sorry, 7 o'clock, as approved at the last Planning Commission meeting.
I second.
Motion by Clerk Kendall, supported by Trustee Clifford. Any other questions? Deputy Treasurer?
Kendall.
Aye.
Connell.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Gurley.
Aye.
Trombley.
Aye. Motion passes, thank you. Letter J is the
Resolution.
bond resolution. Thank you, I was having trouble reading that. Appreciate that.
Have in front of you a bond resolution that was provided to us by the Department of Public Works in Macomb County. It's a resolution approving the continuing disclosure undertaking for North Gratiot Interceptor, Lenox Local Drainage District Refunding Bonds Series 218.
Thank you. Any questions? Need a motion?
I will make a motion that we approve resolution number 2018-7, which is the resolution approving continuing disclosure undertaking for the North Gratiot Interceptor, Lenox Local Drainage District Refunding Bonds Series 2018. Second.
Motion by Clerk Kendall, supported by Trustee Gurley. Any questions, discussion? Deputy Treasurer, roll call, please.
Kendall.
Aye.
Connell.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Gurley. Aye. Trombley.
Aye. Motion passes, thank you. Letter K, budget workshop.
We don't have anything scheduled right now.
We currently have nothing scheduled on the...
Deputy Supervisor, do you have a date?
For workshop.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Probably like to schedule two. One this week if we can, probably Thursday.
Okay.
And next week, Monday, Tuesday would be great.
Probably
Tuesday?
Tuesday. So how about Thursday, Tuesday? Does that sit well with everybody?
2 days to 3 days from now?
Yes.
Yes.
Thursday the 7th, and then Tuesday the 12th.
What time?
You guys tell me,
Works. I'm available.
3:30?
I think that typically works best for us around that
What's
time.
that, Ron?
3:30 is what we have been doing it. I
Yeah.
know you have sometimes some difficulty.
3:30 is fine with me.
All right.
I mean, on both those days, you know, as far as I know.
We can communicate if you can't make it at that time.
No, 3:30 is good.
Okay.
And that's 6, 7, what other day?
6/12.
The 12th?
I'll make a motion that we schedule two budget workshops, one on June 7th at 3:30 PM and one on June 12th at 3:30 PM.
Second.
Motion by Clerk Kendall, supported by Trustee Gurley. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay right there. Letter L, public hearing.
Well, Luann worked it out.
I worked it out. If we are going, we need to publish the public hearing 15 days prior. So if that's the case, and we're going to put it in the Bay Voice,
Okay.
it would be published on the 13th, so the public hearing would be on the 28th.
Okay.
Our other option is in the Macomb Daily, which costs us about twice as much.
No, that doesn't make sense.
And it would only back us up to the 25th as opposed to the 28th, so we're not really gaining much.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody have an issue with the 28th?
What time?
Nope, I'm good. And that would be at what time?
We could do it 3:30. It doesn't.
And that's on the budget too.
Yes.
I'm good for that.
I'll make that.
Make a motion that we set the public hearing for the budget on June 28th at 3:30.
Second.
Motion by Treasurer Arnold, supported by Trustee Gurley. Any other questions, discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
What day does that fall on? No, that's
Thursday.
Thursday.
The 28th.
Okay, letter M.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stay right there. Date change for August board meeting. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't grab my August calendar.
I didn't bring it with me.
Normally it would be Monday, the 6th.
Ron, you're going to be gone till
Yeah, I think we were pushing it back to the 13th. Does that sound?
following Monday?
Yes, I believe it was.
Steve?
Mr. Tropic's not available on the 13th.
I'm sure I'd be able to find somebody to attend.
All right. If we need you, definitely.
Yes.
Is that the 13th, Lynn?
That is the 13th.
And then there is no July meeting.
Right.
So this is the last one besides the public hearing. So August 13th at 6:30. Each time, okay.
Okay, thank you. Want to make the motion?
I make a motion that we move the August meeting from August 6th at 6:30 to August 13th at 6:30.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Gurley, supported by Trustee Clifford. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 11, public comment. Any public comment at this time? No public comment. Need a motion?
I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn at 6:59 PM.
I will second.
Motion by Trustee Gurley, supported by Treasurer Arnold. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Meeting adjourned.